The Tall Ships Races was a really complex challenge. The event took place right in the heart of Aberdeen city centre on the busiest port in Scotland. We had over 50 vessels, 2,000 international trainees with over 400,000 visits. It was the biggest event in 2025, but actually it was quite difficult to make that a reality.
We were set KPIs from the beginning, so key performance indicators. We wanted to make sure that we hit those.
One of the key objectives was to ensure that the legacy was felt within the city.
We knew what we were trying to achieve, and that was bringing visitors to the city, re-energising the community and getting the whole entire area of the North East involved in the event.
The project team were really keen to ensure that we built an event that not only met expectations but exceeded them.
We had to analyse our workforce right from the beginning.
So it was really important that we leveraged our partnerships locally and nationally to help improve the delivery of the event.
We looked to the Port of Aberdeen, to a lot of the maritime expertise, of course. Aberdeen City Council is stacked full of different departments that we're able to feed in naturally into the work streams that sit well across a project of this scale. And Aberdeen Inspired were perfect partners as well for connecting with the local businesses in Aberdeen that we so crucially wanted to involve in the project.
Tall Ships Races was a one-off event. Early in the project, we identified that the scope would potentially change and built flexibility into our budget planning to allow these additional resources and expertise to be brought in.
We wanted to make sure we brought in the best of the industry. It's really important to secure those people that you want with that expertise early.
How we done that was ensure that our rates were competitive, our terms were fair, and that we were really looking after people and making it easy for them to want to take part and be part of this incredible event.
The culture of the team is at the heart of the event.
From the 2 years of planning through our work with businesses and communities to the look and feel, that welcoming Team Aberdeen approach was spread right across the project. That's actually one of the key successes and things I'm most proud of.
We've always kept EDI principles at the core of our event planning.
We wanted the event to be accessible for all. Key to that was ensuring that reasonable adjustments were made where required to ensure that any accommodations that had to be made were.
It's easy for an event to grow arms and legs and become unmanageable.
The scope of an event of this scale will always change. The priorities will always shift.
Our event had key obligations that we had to contractually deliver, and what we had to do as the project developed over time was carefully analyse, could we actually add to the programme? Was that the right decision? Were we going to be able to generate more income to push back into the event? We would always refer back to the budget, always refer back to those key deliverables to keep that at the centre of the planning, to avoid that scope creep and keep it maintained and controlled.
Part of the plan for the legacy of the event was not only to ensure that local businesses got the opportunity to take part in the event, but also to ensure that we help bridge the gap between education and the industry. Our industry is only sustainable if there's a workforce ready to come in. So we reached out and engaged with colleges and universities and offered an opportunity to learn about the real life practicalities of delivering an event of this nature and scale. The welfare of our staff and our volunteers was absolutely critical to the success of the event. This was 4 full-on days with long hours. Getting the basics right, like looking at the rotas, but also ensuring that staff were well briefed, well supported to maintain the energy that we needed them to deliver the best possible event that we could.
The majority of the workforce were from Aberdeen, so all the partners, all agencies that were involved, that footprint is still going to live on in Aberdeen. I think it was one of the most successful, aligned, enthusiastic events I have ever worked on.
Shops, bars and restaurants saw turnover increase by 44% during the event, and we showcased Aberdeen on the world stage across TV and media.
I think it's given the confidence to Aberdeen and the workforce that we are capable of delivering an event of this scale, and hopefully in the future there'll be some mega events that come to Aberdeen and consider it as a destination so that we can continue on that journey.